Hello and welcome to another lesson in the creation of our stock inventory management system. And in this lesson, we're going to touch or deal with our homepage stuff. So let's quickly dive right into that. So with our sheet 1 that we have reserved, just double click to name it as home and not anything else. Just name it home. Or maybe you can combine this, maybe good. That's okay. So that this becomes our home page, but then we have to at least make it look stunning and then beautiful. So to do that, we're going to hide the following cells, right? So let's quickly do the needful now. So you can just select the entire up to let's say cell T this way, and then up to the 30th row, right? Sure, 30th row T here. Oh shit, my mouse begin messing up again, sorry for that. So up to the column T, then row 30. Oh shit, wow, sorry for this. 30th column, good. So I think just go to the background color here. Let's look for this. I think this color will be ideal, right? Now we go with my usual color, which is the blue color here, or let's say, sure, I think this color looks okay. So we're going to go with this. So let's merge the following cell, that is from E down to the Q, right? Q this way. So from E to Q. All right, that is the row 2. So from E to Q here. Holy shit, oh gosh, from E to Q, good. So with this we just merge it and center it now. So here we're going to okay, why don't you change the color of it? And then I think the back color here should be something like white here. And then now let's have our text here. Let's see. So we're going to have stock and inventory management system. Good. I think this is kind of good. So let's make it grow up a bit. Someone would say, I think this is okay. We can bold it, can change the fonts to whatever we want. Okay, so let's see if we can still reduce it a bit. All right, just to make it fit here. Okay, this is kind of good. At least it's okay. To make sure that, okay, let's say, why don't we add this here? Sorry, I have to change this mouse. It's now or never. Go with this mouse now. Good. So we're going to select this now, and then let's disguise that as well so that it makes the whole thing look even. Good. So this is okay. Good. So the next thing we are going to do is we're going to add our logo here, right? So let's quickly do that. So just go to insert. I have one of my pictures on the desktop. Just locate it here. You just select this and then have it here. So you can drag it all over this and then resize it. Tech Coding Clinic. Yeah. So you can just drag it and leave it here this way. I think this is kind of good. But let's make it be in line with this. I think this is okay. So now we need our buttons here. We need our various buttons here now. So let's quickly go ahead and then do that. So to do that, you go to insert, come to shapes. Let's look for a very nice shape and then use to get our buttons up and running. I think I'm going to go with this particular shape. So you can select any of the shapes you want. So we're going to have 3 buttons here, 4 here, and then a 4 here. So we're going to have our about section here this way. Good. I think that'll be okay. So let's have our buttons here now. Let's just get the first one this way. Good. So let's just check on how to make it look a bit stunning and cool. So I think I'm going to go with this deep color. Okay, I'm going to see. Let's see the fill color. Let's give it a very deep blue like this, and then the shape outline should be something like a white outline around it, and then I think this looks okay. Or if possible, why don't we okay okay, let's check on the no, not this way. I think good. If we can get one of the good, I think go with this or with that or with this. This looks okay. Good. So this is okay now. So we can just right click or just right click on and go to edit test. So you give it a test. So we're going to have our inventory form to be triggered from here. So inventory form here. So you can just select it and then format it appropriately. So we want it to be center, we want it to grow up a bit, we want to bold it, change the font to let me just check within the list of fonts and see if we can get some nice fonts here. Let's check. We have some stylish fonts stuffs here. I think OS Digital, right? I think this is kind of good. This is not bad. I like the fonts. OS Digital, that's cool. Okay, so you might not have it. I install it and then use it for a particular as the name program. So let's make it grow up a bit here. Inventory form. I think this is okay. So we can create copies of it and then so Control C to copy, Control V to paste, Control C, Control V. So we have 3 of that. So sorry. So one is going to be here. The other one is also going to be here like this. We have 3 of these forms here. Actually, we're going to change the colors of the form, but if you want to do that, like I said, some of you guys are very good at color combination. I prefer it's all the buttons having the same color stuff. So I don't think I'll change anything here. I'm just trying to make sure that the distance here and then here is same. So just then this is okay. So we are going to have our about section here. So to do that, go to insert go to home page, come to I need a text box, right? So insert good. So text box, on the insert tab, locate the text box. So we're going to draw a text box here so that we can have our there's some information about the system written inside, that is about the system. Sure. So we're going to have it from here. So let it be equal with this here as well. So I'm going to start from somewhere here like this. I think this is okay. You can increase it a bit. So we need to format it appropriately. So the text, the font here should be maybe something like Times New Roman. You just do that. Then the size is okay. So for now, you can just try to okay. You would want to center it and then just begin typing something, say about the system. So this can be selected and then you can bold it, just underline it, and then you can write whatever information you have. Sorry, we have about the system here. You can just underline this then. So you can just the system is developed, let's see, the or this system, so oh sorry, say developed to help business and shop owners. Let's see that business and shop owners to manage to manage their stock and inventory at a go. Sorry, their stock and inventory at a go. Full stop. Now we proceed with this. So you see the system has so many features. You can just talk about the system all over here. We don't have to waste time on this. So let's quickly continue with what we're going to do. So I think you can continue writing this. Tell the users about how the system works. That's all. So you can easily do that. So let's edit the following text here. So this is going to be for product master. You just type product master. Product master, right? I think that will link us to the product master sheet, and then this one should be for I can't remember. Should be for invoice, right? Good. Should be for invoice. I think this is okay. So this will lead us to the inventory form. This will trigger open the inventory form. This will lead us to product master sheet. This is for invoice. So I'm going to create copies of this as well. So just Control C to copy, Control V to paste it, and then we would want to have other buttons here as well. So may slightly move this as well a bit here. We want this to be equal, so I think okay, it's okay. I'm just trying to make sure that the distance here is also equal to, but it seems sure we can do that, right? So I'm going to just add this to this. Okay, select this and go to format printer, and then you choose here. I think, oh sorry, let me just undo this action now. Okay, let me just deselect it now, and then let me just merge and center it once again. Well, good. So I think this is okay now. So with this we can still, even if this is not, I'm just trying to do something to represent something, but you guys, with the designing aspect, in fact, like I said, I'm not that good, so you can do the needful by yourself, right? Sure, I think this is okay, so you can manage it as well like this. You can open up this one a bit, and then we might decrease the font size so that we have our text fit into our buttons well. So Control C to copy, Control V to paste. We have the second one here. Control C, Control V to paste, and we have our third one here. Control C, Control V, then we have our last button here. Control C, Control V, then we have another one here. Go, see what I'm talking about? So this has to move a bit. Good. I think it's kind of good now. Okay. Come down a bit to match with this. I think it's okay. Control C, Control V to paste it. I have the second one as well here. Control C, Control V. I have the third one here. Control C, Control V, and then the final one here as well. Let's just edit them, and then, but before we do that, I would have okay, so let's check this out and see. So we're going to have cell pages. So this will lead us to that sheet, cell pages sheet. This one will lead us to cell pages display. Sure. Cell pages display. Sure. So let me just select it and decrease the font size a bit to make it fit. Good. Cell pages display, and this will lead us to inventory. Inventory sheet, and this will lead us to inventory display. Inventory display. Now we come here. This should lead us to customer details sheet. Now we can collect the details of our customers, and then this should lead us to what? Items or product sheets. Items or products. This should lead us to the invoice list sheet. Sorry. Invoice list. This should lead us to invoice items. I think we are okay now. It's good. It's not bad at all. So let's just say okay. Now let's select this. Just select the way I've just selected it. Now control shift and then the right arrow to select everything, and then right click, and then you hide it to prevent scrolling, to make scrolling very easy for us here as well. I think we need to do that as well. So just maybe okay, let me hide this one so that we can give it some. Now let's select this, control shift and down arrow as well, right click, and then hide this as well to make scrolling very easy for us. But I think we are making a headway. Now we need, I use looking at the video I presented, I use some picture as a background image here. So let's see how we can handle that as well. So to do that, I have it in a folder which I'll be leaving for you guys to use. So you go to insert and then go to pictures. Go back to our desktop, and then we locate the folder called inventory materials. Go for training. Go icons here. Okay, so we can use one of these pictures here. Okay, let's try using this one and see what's going to happen here. Select it and then click insert. So we're just going to drag it over this for now. I'm going to drag it over this for now. We don't want it to show it. This should just be here, and then we would want to send it back. So click on this drop down arrow and click send back or send to back. Good. That will send it to the back, and then buttons will now pop up at the top. So we have it serving as our background image stuff or some things like that. So sorry. Good. Something like this. So I think this is what I'm trying to do. You can equally see how you can manage your homepage just to make it look nicer than this. This is what I can do. Like I said, with the designing aspect, in fact, I'm not all that good at that, so you can work around that. So I think we are done with our homepage. As you can see, for now, we are not going to link the various sheets to the buttons here for now, but we are done with it. As it stands now, we are okay with that. So the next thing we're going to look at is, let's see on the product master sheet here. Okay, let's just try to format this as well. Yeah. Okay, the font is okay. Maybe we need this, maybe some deep color here, and then the font should be white. It's kind of good here. Now we may need what's the name, a button to be clearing this from, maybe after trying and you want to clear this and then retry on some product or items again. We need some button to be able to do that. So we are going to do some short recording of macro and use it for that. Don't always forget to save. I'm going to record a macro and then do exactly that. But before we do that, we shall be creating some what's the name, some search bar here for searching items here. We'll be doing that as well. But as it stands now, let's go ahead and then get a clear button on each and every sheet that we may be clearing afterwards, maybe after trials and all that. We may be clearing those content and then re-enter another ones. So let's quickly do that. So to start with, I think let's just select something like this. Make sure it's selected this way. So as it's selected, now you go to just come to this button and then come to record macro. So just name it, give it a name clear. I've just so call it clear. Just type all in lowercase clear. So the moment you click on OK, recording begins. So you do an action. So it's going to be recorded. And we're going to save it and then use it as our what button to be clearing our selected content. So you just click on OK. Now you can see recording is in progress. So whatever we do is going to be recorded. What are we going to do? Just right click on this and go to what's clear content. So after that, come and stop this. So we are done with the recording. So let me just now the next thing we're going to do is let's insert our button here and then assign the macro we have just recorded to that button to be clearing our text. So go for this. I think this is gonna be this one. So we get our button here like this. Let me try pulling this down a bit. Good. So that our button can have a very nice space here. Good. I think it's okay. So you can design it the way you want it. Make sure it is here. Just make sure it's here because our content is going to be here. In case you clear it, you shouldn't clear the button. So you make sure the button is within this range. That is why I've decided to increase this particular row, the size of the row, so that we can have our buttons. Our search bar is going to be here, and other few buttons are also going to be here. All are going to be at the top here. It wouldn't be here because here randomly we'll be clearing this content using the macro. So don't forget of that. So we can just have this for now. Let's see. So let's see if you can design form the button a bit. You can make it look a bit better than it is now. Should we use which of the colors? I think this color is okay. So right click and then go to edit text. Right click, then you go to edit text. So you just give it name clear. Or you can say remove item, or what do you think? Remove item. So maybe we would want to increase it a bit like this. Remove item. Good. I think this is okay. We can change the font style to maybe Times New Roman, then decrease it a bit. Good. We can bold it as well and decrease it once more. So remove item. This is like it's okay. Good. So you just right click on it, then you go to assign macro this way, then choose the macro you've recorded clear. So it has been assigned to it. Now whatever we select here like this, we should select this and we click on this, it will clear it. So that is that. So Control S. So we're going to be using the clear macro on the various sheets we might be clearing from time to time. So let's move to the next sheet and see. Maybe we need this as well. We may be clearing this too. So why don't we just format this as well? Give it this and then this as well. So try to increase it a bit so that we can have our buttons and sit comfortably for us. And we can just move this to the top. It's kind of good. So let's good. So let's have another button here. Go to insert, go to shapes, and we have another button here. Why don't we just go and copy that button and bring it here? So select it and press Control on the keyboard before selecting it, else it will just clear something. Press Control, like as it stands now, press Control before you even move the mouse on it and select it. Control C now to copy it. After copying, you can clear this and then come this way, and Control V, you can paste it here now. So it's here, so you can just, so still the macro is already there, so you just select this. We'll be entering new items, so don't worry about that. Just select this, and you select it, and then you go to clear items, and then it does that, or remove item, and then it does that for you as well. Let's go to the next sheet here. So with this, let's try this. Control V is okay. Let me just delete it for now. Let's format this appropriately. Why don't we increase? Okay, let's do this. So product should be a bit bigger, so we increase it by this. And then type of transaction should also be okay with this. So you can just select this, headings, format it, sorry, say Times New Roman. We would want to center it and then maybe bold it and then give it this color and this as well. And this is okay. You can also increase it a bit as we did to the others. Can then move our text to the center here. I think this kind of good as well. So this is okay. This looks good. So we can then paste our button here as well, and then I think decrease it a bit this way. Move it around. You can select this as well. And then play it. Good. It's working. So control C. You can give colors to your tabs here if you want that way. So this one as well, we're going to do the same thing. So we just select it as well. I'm going to select it as well. So we're going to give it this same. You can decide to change your color. I just prefer these colors, and that's okay for me. So you can just it's kind of good. You select it and then maybe move it to the top a bit. So but before, let me just check this, and then if there is no any good, so Control V. So we'll be clearing this as well with this, and you can decide to change their colors. That is your buttons, it doesn't really matter. You can just decrease it a bit to make sure it is within that range. Anytime you want to select it and do whatever you want to, make sure you press Control on the keyboard before the selection, else you have yourself into trouble. So you can select our items again and then you do the clearing. So we are done with that as well. So you come to inventory display. Let's format it appropriately as well. So with this one too, let's try this, and then we're going to do the same thing here. So let's select this. Okay, to do that, first of all, let's increase this a bit. Increase it a bit, and then I think product is going to be a bit bigger. Pictures, it's okay. Sales, okay. Available stocks, okay. Stock values, okay. So we can select this as well, and then change the font style with Times New Roman. You can bold it. We can increase this as well. You can move it to the top, or can leave it like that, and then you can paste our button here as well. Move it around this way. You can select our content here like this. So reports, we're going to hide this. We don't want to delete anything here, so take care of this sheet for me, please. Very important. Then the next is invoices here. So for now, we're going to leave it for now as it stands now. Invoice list. Maybe we might think of deleting this right at a point in time. We think of clearing these stuffs here. So let's just Control V to paste our button here as well. Move it around. Whatever is select from this range, not in addition to the headings, please. Whatever you want to clear, just select it like this, or you can just select this and then clear the content. That's all. If you want to remove one item, select it this way, and then you go to remove, and then it will clear everything for you. That is that. Let's move on to this one as well. I think we'll need the clear button here as well. So let's just to get it, let's try to get it around here. Sorry. So let's have our button around here. So to do that, let's increase this a bit. So you can control V to paste it here. And still decrease this one, sorry. So control on the keyboard, then you select it, and then we're going to decrease it a bit. Sorry. Let me just undo this, please. Now make sure it's selected. Press Control on the keyboard and select it. Then move it a bit. You want it to have a place code. So after selecting whatever content you want to select from this range, after this, then you clear here as well. Move your scroll bar, select your items, then you clear. So that is that. With the customers as well, maybe you might need that as well. So I think it's kind of good here. Control V to paste it here. Select it. Before you select, press Control on the keyboard. Don't always forget. If you want to clear whatever, you select it and then you do the clearance, and that'll be perfectly done. Thinking we are okay with this for now. So we'll end this tutorial here. In our next lesson, we're going to add what's the name? The various buttons. Okay, why don't we just do that right away from here? We need to trigger our our form from here, right? That is the user form, the customer, what's the name, form from here, so that we can enter the customer details. So to do that, let's create a copy of this particular button. So Control on the keyboard, then select it again. Sorry, we have already copied it, so I've just pressed Control V and it's pasted. So let's just bring it this way. Then so let's increase it a bit. We're just going to make it very simple and precise, very short. We're going to say add, right? Then that will trigger the form for you to add the custom. Sorry, let me just undo that. Good. So let's just edit the text. So we're going to say add for short. So we'll say add, sorry, add. I would want this to be select it and then select the text. You center it. Maybe let's just format it a bit. Let's make it grow up a bit. Then we want to center it. So you can decrease this a bit and then decrease that as well. So we want the one we trigger this button, but for now the clear macro is still on it, so we don't want it like that, right? We're going to assign a new macro for it. So to do that, let's go to developer tab and then we come to Visual Basic and then we come to, let's clear whatever is here. Then we come to go to insert, then you click on module. So with the module, we're going to give it a very simple subroutine name. So you say sorry. So you say sub. Oh shit. So you say sub u form. Sorry. The sub u form 2. The name of the user form is user form 2. So you say sub u form 2. Then we close and open and close this. Then inside here, so you say user form, the name of the user form 2 dot show, right? So that is that, user form 2 dot show. The moment we, let me just check. Okay, this should be capital. So if it's not, it wouldn't work. So you make sure. Wow, they are making it small, right? Okay, they want it like that. It's a user form 2 dot show. So to see, so we now have our subroutine macro here. So let's just navigate to what's the name, our sheet now. So let's close this. So let's right click this, go to assign macro, and we have u form 2, then select it. So when we click on this, they should open this and then we begin entering our customer details here. So let's begin entering the customer details now. So you can say name is Cynthia, sorry, Ajay, address, whatever, phone number, random numbers, address to whatever it is, email address. Then you go to add and save. So you are done with that. You can close this. You want to trigger it, sorry, you want to trigger it, you can close it with this one as well. You trigger it, you can close it with this one as well. So this has worked perfectly. Now we're going to copy this one and go to our items sheet and then do the same thing. That is the user form 3, I'm sure. So let's paste our let's increase this a bit. We're going to paste our button here, so it's a Control V. So we're going to drag this here and then we're going to edit the text. So right click and go to edit text. So we're going to clear this and say add or update. So you say update item. Sorry, so we're going to work around the fonts, right? So don't worry about that. So sorry, make sure the text is selected, go to home tab, make it grow up a bit. You want to center it, and then I think you want to make it be in its middle. So you say update item, right? Good. So this is kind of good. So let's go back and then get a macro. Here we're not going to be clearing anything. That is why I didn't add the clear button here. So don't forget of that. So let's go to the back end and then click on this. So let's just copy this. I'm going to do some little editing. Control C to copy. So we can close this now and close this. Sorry. Then let's go back to there. Now let's go to insert again. So we're going to insert another module here. So we just are going to paste what we have just copied. So here, since you shall be using the third one, which is the item list, the name is what? User form 3. So you say U form 3. So just change to 3 and then here to 3. So I think we are done with that. So we can save this as well. So we are done. We can close it and close this. Now we come here, right click, then you go to assign macro, then you choose U from 3 and then click on this. So you go click this, it triggers this one as well, where you can update your items without any issue, without any stress. So for now, we don't have any item here. I've just cleared because we don't have any item in the system as it stands now, so we can do anything. So we can close it and then we can update it, and then we can close it from here as well. So Control S. So now to try, so far so good. We are heading towards the tail end of our training with the creation of our stock inventory management system. So let's go back and then see how we can. Let's check on this so that we can begin. Let's go to the home tab, please. On the home. So this is going to trigger our inventory form. Why don't you just write a macro for that as well? We've already copied something, right? So let's just go there and check and do that. So on the home, sorry, the developer tab selected, come to Visual Basic. Let's fill this one, and then the name of the form is what? FRM inventory management, right? Okay. We are just going to let's see, create another module for it, right? So just insert and then we go to module here. So let's press Ctrl V to paste. So we're going to do some editing here and see how it's going to work for us. So FRM inventory management sub. So see FRM then underscore then MGT for short. Let's do it that way. Let's see. For short, inventory. Form inventory management. This as form inventory management here. So we're going to edit this as well. So we're going to say FRM. Here we're going to type the name completely. FRM inventory. Please make sure the name is spelled well. Inventory management dot show what. So you see sure, FRM inventory management dot show. That is the name of the form, right? So let's don't forget of that. Now let's go to page and then assign this thing for that. So right click this and then assign macro. So let's locate it. This is it, FRM inventory management. So we click on OK. Now when we click this should trigger the form for us here. Good, this is working perfectly. Now we click this and we have our master sheet also popping up from here, so we can begin doing the needful as usual, as we all know what the system does for us. So I think we are making a headway. In fact, we are doing well, right? So let's trigger it once again and then go to product master. Here we can enter something. So let's try entering something once again. Let's say laptop. Sorry. Then purchase price maybe 1,600. We want to sell it at 1,800. 1,800. Then we add it to it. Another one, we have mouse. 40 cedis. We want to sell it at 60 cedis. And then the third one is maybe keyboard. Sale price is 100 cedis. We want to sell it at 130 cedis. Okay, we can update, we can export. Since we don't want to export anything, so we can just close this for now. We don't need it. So when we are done, the moment we close this, then we should have our items here. Now we move on to the product, the transaction aspect. So we come to choose the first item. Then how many laptops have we bought? Maybe 20 pieces, right? So we just type quantity 20, and then the transaction is purchased. So we add this. By default, today's date is selected, right? So this is added. So we have 20 laptops. So and then mouse or the mics, how many pieces? So we bought 30 pieces, right? Transaction is purchased. So add that as well. Then the keyboards, how many did we buy? Keyboard, maybe we bought just 8 pieces, right? So we just add this. Sorry, transaction is not selected. Transaction is purchased. So we have all this entered into the system perfectly. Let's try sell. So we have our purchase details here. We have our inventory quantity here, which is, if you just sum up this, you know that we have 30, 20, 58 here. So we have that here. Then the inventory amount together with the profit, the sale and purchase price together sum up to this. Now sale and profit is not updated because we haven't sold anything. So let's try selling something. So we just choose a laptop. In a day, how many have you sold? 5 laptops, right? Transaction is sale, so we just add that. So we have this updated accordingly. On the sale of just 5 laptops, you had what, 100,000 Ghana cedis profit. So let's try selling another item. Let's say mouse. How many pieces have you sold in a day? So let's say 10. Transaction is sale, so you can just updated as well. On the keyboards, how many have you sold in a day? Let's say 3 keyboards. Transaction is sale. Just add it. We have this updated as well, so everything is moving smoothly. Let's sort our transaction issue. So purchase, then we have all the purchase data. There's sale, we have all that of sale, and everything is working perfectly. We can export it to Excel, and then we can just do whatever we want with it, and with this, and then that's all. So we can close it. We don't need it. So so I think we can trigger our form here as usual, and then do whatever we want to do with it. So I think save your working. For now, we are done with this as well. So I say thank you very much for watching, and bye for now. So till our next lesson, where we will begin seeing where we can maybe design our login form. I think the last thing is going to be our invoice. We have already designed a template. This is going to copy and paste the codes, enter some few formulas, and then we get our invoice as well up and running. So till then, you can then go ahead by yourself and assign colors to the following tabs. At least just maybe something like this. You assign color to it. Go to tab color, then you give any color to it, then tab color, then right click tab color, and then, so you can do that by yourself. This is very simple, without any issue, without any stress. Tab color, and then be green. So you can do that. You can just do that. It's simple and then easy going. So Control S. We are done with this. So till our next lesson, I say thank you very much for watching, and then bye for now.